All right, folks. Hey, welcome on back to a brand new week inside our live trading room. Good morning this Monday, February 5th. Great to see Leda, John, Grant, Brad, Margaret, all of our students and members alike. There we go. Got the webcam working once again. I've been out of commission for a week there, but great to see all of our students and members there, and great to have all of us back on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. You could tell by the ugly mug, this is not Fausto. I'm tagging in from this morning. But with that said, let's hop right to it here. This basically is going to be the embodiment of a Monday morning here for us because it's a lot of pop and drops. I even used a little Fibonacci on this thing here from the first run up that this had. But, basically right now, a stock like CDIO, you can't expect for it to make a second win move all the way back up towards where it was at 285, 288. We did have resistance earlier in pre-market right around 312, 315 actually there. You know what? I'm going to bring up the NASDAQ Bookviewer in just a moment. I was going to even bring up Bookmap that was there. Got the hot tag just a bit late, so I didn't have my Bookviewer up and running here just to begin. But basically, stocks like CDIO, even if there's some news out that came out on it, we're not going to just jump in on it. We're not just going to expect for it to run back up. I mean, granted, if it ends up just stalling out here, we could say there's a chance. Maybe it could. Let's bring up the Bookviewer here right now, and I'll show you where the orders are currently on this trade. I'll at least put this on our list to begin, but let's see. Where do we have here? Let's probably filter this out just a little bit. Let's see. Is it going to show on this ECN? Ooh, it's not. So it has to be through the EDGX. Then we'll have to break out Bookmap because it's through a different ECN that's not on the NASDAQ. So with that said, there's actually one showing here now at 280, but it was this one up top that we're, thinking that could potentially be a target if this doesn't break lower, that is at least here. But from the initial run up, we were hoping for the pullback and maybe a bounce from the VWAP, or even if it breaks that, maybe past resistance at 250. It just kept dropping. So that's where I had to break out that like little Fibonacci thing that I normally don't like using, but basically from bottom to top, it was right around here, our next support line, roughly at 234, 235. And inside our chat board, I wrote that to you just earlier. I didn't explain it was off the Fibonacci, but I was saying it was off 235, looking for that bounce. But here's the other thing I said, though, and this is the counter to this. This needs to move back up soon. We want it to. We need it to, because laying over support doesn't make us money. Laying over support gives us an entry. It might give us an entry, but if we don't get that bounce up, then how are we making money on it? You tell me. And when a stock breaks to a big level, if we're not getting that big move that we're looking for, we'll be getting a big move. I guarantee you that, just a move the opposite direction. So, for now, CDIO, it's up like 11% still. I'm just going to throw this on our watch list to start. Good spread, good order book. It's tradable. But what was the other one this morning that we had? I thought it was one from our pre-market watch list that we had here. Let me just take a look. It was the BRTX. BRTX basically made the same exact type of move here. Ended up popping up by like 7:30, 7:45 in the morning. Granted, by 8 o'clock, maybe it could bounce back up again. It was dropping here at the time, but perhaps we could see support build. But as soon as the 8 o'clock move hit, it just continued to dump off. So that's kind of what I'm talking about with CDIO, stocks like these that are low float, therapeutic, pharma stocks. We say this because we have a lot of new members joining us here. We always have new members joining us, but a lot that came in over the last week or so. So last thing that we want new trial members to do is like trade and risk any sort of money before they go through our classes. You might have 20, 30 years of market experience behind you, and it's impossible for me to not respect that, right? But this is a different sport compared to investing or long-term trading or just swing trading even, especially in pre-market, right? You can't set stop orders. You cannot set a stop order in the pre-market. So you don't want to get caught slipping on a trade like this, right? Will seem to be said just across the board. So now this one's not even looking as good. I mean, it ended up running its course. It kind of looks similar to CDIO, but the other one is more of a recent move. So I guess I'm giving it more of a benefit of the doubt there. Maybe it could pop back up. But, what we'll do is just go right from top to bottom otherwise. And there was one from Friday as well, but that's actually on the loser side now. Hey, it goes to show. Pop and drop, right? But let's go right from top to bottom here, see what we can grab. Pop and drop. This stock actually, take a look at the daily chart here. This crazy stock, I don't know what this company is. Is it like the Chia Pet company? Changi Acquisition Company. So I'm assuming just an Asian company with that, like China company. Ended up leading to a nice pop, I guess, here one day back on, or the week of the 19th, and then just collapsed. So there had to have been some news that came out this morning, right? Let's just break open Benzinga Pro, because this stock not only took off today, but it ended up breaking all-time highs. So what gives? Why is this stock pushing all the way up to make all-time highs this morning? Up 72% pre-market. Shareholders voted on Friday to approve a merger agreement with Taiwan Color Optics. So with that said, I guess, it's an acquisition company. It's not like an IPO. It's one of those special purpose acquisitions. But yeah, I don't know what happened on Thursday and Friday that led to the drop and then the squeeze all the way back up. Maybe just people pumping it up, day traders, that is. Notice the drop off. There's no real support holding this up, or there wasn't from the beginning. Lower highs here, pulling back. It's not going to be surprising to see this come back down over time, but I guess given how much it's up percentage-wise, it's hard for me to not slip this on the main list, at least for now. But if we build up a pretty strong watch list going into the open, then I don't want to have anything to do with this thing. It's got a big spread. It's got thin liquidity out there. So this is kind of like a last resort type of stock for me right now. We'll just build up our watch list and see where it takes us. And if we have a lot to work with, then I'll get this to the boot. Easy. FDMT, kind of same deal. I didn't even put this on the pre-market watch list because of how thin it was. It's like a $29, $30 stock. GRDI, I mean, this one's chopping around a little bit here. Actually, what happened on this, look what happened to the daily chart here. I guess even dating back to the 29th, just from Monday last week, but popped and dropped and fell off a cliff after. And I guess from Friday's close, it's technically up, a few pennies, up 29% from that. It's another funky move, right? So I guess I'll add it for right now, but it's just more for the volatility. This one at least has, like CDIO has, a pretty good spread, good order book. So for that reason, more than anything, I guess I'll add it. But it's a Monday. You can't expect much. You got a bunch of Fed speakers talking today. You have Palantir earnings after the close today, which will be nice. It'll be fun to follow for tomorrow. And then afterwards, got a bunch of other companies reporting throughout the week. So ADVM not looking terrible as far as not dumping off. I guess that's how desperate we are here. If the stock didn't tank, I guess that's good. ADVM, oh man. All right, what else we got here? RVSN, familiar name from last week and the week before. I guess this ended up making a bit more of a pop this morning here. Nice, I'll take that. But again, what goes up comes back down. So don't be surprised if this is a head fake or a false push, then have this come all the way back down towards 11 at least here. And Palantir up like 2 or 3% pre-market early this morning. Had a couple of the stock ETFs like Tesla and Nvidia earning ETF. Really not much more out there. I mean, I know the chip stocks are doing good. Like we just said, SOXL's up a little bit, AMD's up a little bit, Nvidia's up a little bit, right? Actually, Nvidia's up like 3%. So in terms of a more name brand company we could slip on our watch list, I don't know if there's any news that came out over the weekend with Nvidia. I know it's not earnings. They're probably not for another week or so. But you know what? If you do option calls on Nvidia, then you could definitely try and focus on this trade. Or if you just want to give it a stab on one share, as we say, right? All right. So let me know if there's anything else looking good from the gainer side here, folks. We'll take a look over on the loser side right now. There we go. INBS, which is so perfectly timed. Wow. This couldn't be any better timed as far as what I just said. I said before it was like on the losers list and whatnot. Well, that was kind of more of an assumption because of how much it pumped and then dumped back on Friday last week. Stock went from basically $2, $2.50 in pre-market all the way up to basically $7 heading into the afternoon. But it was on such a microscopic float, throughout the day and just typically, I guess. But let's take a look. The loser side here. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. TradeStation has this allegedly as 120,000 share float. That's the lowest that I've ever seen. Benzinga Pro has it as 720,000 shares, which is still microscopic. And what goes up comes back down, especially with the lower the float is. So this is so perfectly timed right now. I didn't see this exact drop before I said what I said. So there could be news with this. It could be direct offering of shares, common stock offering. right there. I swear I didn't find that out before I did this meeting. So right here, IMBS announces issued warrants. It is warrants, not even common stock offering, but warrants, I guess, for 1.77 million in gross proceeds, but a similar reaction nonetheless to what we get. So IMBS, we're done with it. That was last week's flavor. That was Friday's flavor, and that's pretty much it. All right, bunch of stuff hard to borrow otherwise, and stuff not down enough to look for that proverbial dead cat bounce. That's fine. That's fine. Tough to try and short in this market anyway, right? I mean, we've said that all over the last several months, but to anyone that is trying to go against the market here, looking for the top, you could do it if you just do it intelligently. If you see lower highs, you could try it and then set a stop. But if it ends up pushing up against you, you got to get out. You shouldn't really be doing that to begin with. But I know everyone has different personalities in our room, of course. So, of course, with that said, I'm following the market. I know most of our students are, but we'll see what happens maybe around 10:15, 10:30. Now, this is pretty much all I got from Benzinga Pro. This is pretty much it here. GRDI, we already have that. Boyle, it's not really going anywhere, it seems. All right, so I'll tell you what I need from you right now, for Christian and all of us on YouTube right now. Let me know if there's anything that I'm missing. Got a question from Christian, which I'll answer right here, asking on YouTube. What scanning tools are you using? So I'm using my percent gainers and losers list on the bottom left, and then I'm dragging in and out Benzinga Pro right there that you saw. Benzinga Pro, by the way, did a phenomenal webinar just in our live trading room. This was back a week ago. So Rich, if you could do this for me, just repost the link from that Benzinga Pro webinar, that workshop that James and Ryan did just in our main chat board. So students like Jith and Larry and all of us otherwise can see it. Larry, got a private chat you, my friend. I'll get to that in just a little bit. All right, so with that, though, let me know if there's anything else I'm missing. Jith on BTAI. You tell me. Everyone here, you tell me. Does this look good? Does this look like, yes, number one? Or does this look like, like, trust me, this thing, like, maybe I could put this on our watch list. I hope it pops. I'll cheerlead it on. This doesn't look good, though. I just need to let you know. Like, does this look good? No. So don't, like, try and be like a gunslinger, like just jumping in to jump in. I'll add this. It's hard to not add this given where we're at right now. We're kind of at desperation level here. But, again, folks, like, unless it's on a clear trend, I'm not going to be really getting, like, too excited for it. So I'll add it, but that's kind of my attitude across the day today. Until I see otherwise, until I see a stock that blows me away where I'm like, okay, let's sink my teeth into it. Maybe it could be GRDI. It's moving a little bit better here off 250, bouncing back up 20 pennies. And, the only issue I have on this is that it tanked the last several days. So I guess maybe we're due for a bounce. So, that could be something. But otherwise, again, most of our watch list, if not all of it, is very flat and congested, very stuck and stagnant here otherwise. So, hey, we're coming off a great weekend, or at least I hope it was great for you. Beautiful weather here in Florida. And, otherwise, we don't want to just start off the week bad. We don't want to start the week on a bad foot, bad note. We got a lot going on this week, mind you. We still have Fed speakers coming up throughout the day today. We have a bunch of earnings throughout the week this week. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of opportunity out there. Let's just sit on our hands the first 3 to 5 minutes. That's all I ask, right? All right, folks. So, hey, otherwise, for all of us on YouTube, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, etc., hey, at Cyber Trading You, I appreciate you folks joining us each and every day, each and every morning and afternoon. Perhaps we'll get Fausto back tomorrow morning. But at Cyber Trading You is our YouTube channel right there. Just make sure you hit the follow or subscribe button right there. And then if you're looking to join us inside our live trading room, just scan that QR code on the top left of the stream, get you access for a week-long trial with us, with Fausto, myself, fellow students and traders that you see right now, like Leda, Kathleen, Bill, Brad, etc. All of us there now. We got a bunch of us here for a Monday. Actually, got like 112 of us right now. So looking forward to jumping back in our room, seeing all of our students there. Give me about 15 or so minutes, folks. Right when the market opens up, I will be back on again, just as a new trial member joining us already. If you're already in our room, testing our room out for a week, welcome aboard. This will be a very fun week for us all together, but you're hearing it from me right now. This is not exactly the greatest watch list that we've pumped out. So let's be very conservative as a student. And as a trial member, it's really to say, just sit on your hands entirely. This is not a sprint, unless if you got the IRS or the MOB knocking on your door. Like, I get it, like the mob. You know, unless if you got someone knocking on your door asking for money, you got time to learn, folks. That's all. All right, so buckle up, strap in, and I look forward to jumping back on the mic for all of us here in just about 15 or so. Take care.